Hello, doing studies of one of my favorite artists, the Coterie Ink, otherwise known as Roosh. I love how he shows form. Yeah, and the way he interprets like Pokemon, Digimon, other popular topics. Very awesome. So whenever I do studies of other artists, make sure, and if I post it, if I'm really proud of it, and I'm still learning art, so if I'm really proud of it, I make sure to put the artist's name or their handle very clearly visible. Do not want anyone to think I'm trying to pass it off as my own, especially with the BS going on with AI. Trying to get this open. Holy crap. Damn. Oh, okay. Also got some Copics for Christmas. Got they were half off, but a big discount, and would have liked to get some loose ones so I could have chosen all the colors in between, but they were really wiped out soon. I mean, Copics, of course, it's Copics on sale. That's a big thing. I mean, Copics are really expensive and they're really good, so it's a hot item, and of course they're going to be gone. Try to do some little tests of the colors on the side because, well, I don't really, I'm a beginner at everything really, so try to see like, okay, because in my reference image, let me see, brightness. My reference image, it's like kind of pinkish. I was like, maybe I put pink, but no, direct pink doesn't really work. I'm talking about the shadows, but well, maybe I can add something on. I mean, that's one of the strengths of Copics, is that you can layer. Really wish could have gotten some of the loose packs when they were available, but all right. Damn. This one really jams up on me. I gotta change my stream title. It's gotta be Study Drawings, Coterie Inc. Interesting, I actually have a viewer. Huh. Let's see, is it working? Is it working? Yeah, it is. Okay. Okay. Let's go back to... How do I... Okay, Stream Manager, there we go. Wow, streaming's become much easier over the years, but... Alright. Oh, my pen's stuck again. Got big dreams, maybe one day, you know. One day, I'll be able to do some original, interesting stuff. Staying within my favorite topics. Pokemon, comics, pop art, or pop culture, pop culture topics. Yeah, but this is like first phase, just studying artists I want to be like. You know, I take the courses, taking a few courses like Skillshare, like here and there, just the beginner stuff, and of course all the free teachers online. And here's my art notes. So my first one is Marco Bucci. Most of these are from YouTube, so this is from the Essential Values for Painting, kind of like, I think 10 minutes to better painting or something like that. But yeah, he's like, wrote down, you can draw with shapes of light and dark. That was like mind-blowing, so I was like, okay, I really need to start a notebook. So yeah, half-tones are in the light family and should be closer to average light and dark. Skin, like I wrote the topic, and then Mark Brunette, great teacher also. Terminator on skin value should be a reddish color to signify blood circulation. Yeah, Dorian Eaton, one of my Eaton or Eiton, one of my favorite like academic teachers, artist. kind of made a skin tone checklist. Of course, Cynics, its contrast range, the reflectivity of skin would be less reflective than, say, metal and more reflective than, say, clay. Avoid the tones looking disjointed by Okay, this is from this his anatomy quick tips, probably skin videos. Let's see. So darker skin, and this goes into a lot about darker skin. Like how the most important thing about darker skin is you use highlights to more show form, whereas on lighter skin you use shadows to show form, and that was a big moment. So yeah, there's a lot, obviously Proko, a little illustration. Yeah, obviously Proko with form, live stream a long time ago. There's value. Let me see. Am I able to save this stream or something? Can I save it? I don't know. Okay. So there's Psychra, Foundations of Light and Shadow. Obviously, I've got so much to learn. I just wrote this stuff down to be like, okay, I gotta, because there's part of me that's kind of stubborn and is like, I'm just gonna draw whatever I like until I figure it out. But there's a lot of stuff, like part of the reason why I dislike math is like you actually have to know the formulas and rules and practice it, and then, but yeah, gesture, Steve Houston, gesture is the connection, the relationship between shapes, gesture is the life. Okay, so Glenn Vilppu, 3 basic hand movements: go through the form, go over the form, and contain the form is gesture. Value. Oh, this was a big one. Organizing values. That was mind-blowing to me. The organization of values. That's big. That's big. Yeah. I'm convinced you can. This is Dorian Eaton. I'm convinced you can communicate any subject with 4 to 5 values. Using light logic, simplify into 4 groups: form, cast, light halftones, and dark halftones. So this is where I was like, oh, value studies. Okay, use a medium filter. You can actually see, you can actually tell these are just value shapes, but you can tell it's a portrait. So it's amazing that you can actually like have a system. There's a asterisk. Sometimes even in your grouping you have to use like a gradient when the values themselves aren't enough to describe describe aspects of the subject. Okay. Some values, color theory. I mean, I'm not even at this level yet, but I wrote it down anyway. Lower chroma colors seem to blend together, look grayish. Dorian Eaton again. Cynics. Discard the idea that things have a permanent hue, rather think that things react to light in specific ways. Yeah, he's big. Okay. Tim McBurney, budding YouTube, longtime professional artist. Yeah, just actual like comic style drawing things that you lean heavily on. Alfonso Dunn, pretty much. These are all I would consider like they're masters in my eyes, but all these people in here. Alfonso Dunn, line weight variation, use thicker lines to imply areas of shadow. Yeah, and yeah, Alfonso Dunn is with the actual like drawing side of art, like pencil and ink. I mean, these are just the notes. His videos are awesome. Like contour to open, you can't really tell what's going on, but make the texture close and tight but not crowded. Here you can clearly read that it's 3D, and you can tell. This to make contour appear to be an extension of the texture. So yeah, I mean, when you do this, it just looks like flattened, not even stamps. Sometimes you can't even tell what it is, but when you put the contour, when you make the contour an extension of the texture like this, that's wood. Like, makes sense. It really makes sense, these things. Of course, Cynics again. Light is additive. Light and shadow. Really a philosopher of art, and really breaks things down to fundamentals really well. Detail reduction is another way to imply shadows. Edges, Cynics again. When to use hard or soft, especially on skin. Think about painting as a drawing. You can have soft blended edges everywhere, but every time if you add a hard edge, you need to process painting as if that were a line on your line drawing. Then you can decide, am I okay with having a line here? If you think that line would be fine in the drawing, then go ahead, make a hard edge. Texture, okay. Texture is where light becomes the star of the show. Lane Brown painting process. Rendering, look for areas of high contrast, edges, and value. Nice. Okay, so that's really good. This is like stuff that I haven't even... It doesn't really matter because I'm not even at the point of worrying about color theory, but each color has an inherent value. Yeah, that's Tiffany Mang on Proco. James Gurney, Do Artists See Differently? Video. As I proceed, I train my eyes to see different categories of things, outlines of shapes, the big shapes, the relationships of the light tones to the dark tones, textures. The science of perception corresponds to these observation techniques. Vision is much less a bottom-up process where we have large amounts of unfiltered raw information coming up from our retinas. Blah blah blah. Yeah, that's a lot. Not blah blah blah. I mean, I'll try to condense it. The brain is providing us with models of what we're seeing. Yeah, that's really important. Jonathan Hardesty, trying from a Bobby Chew live stream, classifying texture, conveying gold, for example. Certain things that are required, there are certain things that are required to convey the information to the viewer about a texture. Like if you paint gold green, you can have all the qualities of gold implied, but if it's green, it will still just, it won't look gold. That's irreducible, that you have to add the gold because it'll just look like another metal. So like there's irreducible aspects of certain subjects that you have to get in there, or it won't convey that. Some Ben Eblin, he just started. Great 2D, 3D artist. Well, artist that really uses 3D software to really inform his drawings. But the way he constructs is just really informative. Here, I mean, it's kind. In retro, I mean, hindsight, it's like, oh, of course, I knew that. But no, I mean, you have to actually be aware and think about these things if you want to create. I mean, right now, all I do is I pretty much copy, but I'm also trying to learn from other artists. But, I mean, like, doing the oval and the center line and three lines for eyes, nose, and mouth, that doesn't really give you as much information as like a circle for the cranium and the jaw sticking out, so you can and then curve the central line. Yeah, that's a way better construction method for 3D. And yeah, so this is like my own invaluable, like priceless holy reference book right here that I'm just taking notes on. And I've been kind of drawing off and on, and here's one of my studies I did of Justin Chan's Caterpie. Really like how, I mean, these are mostly, all of these, I mean, with the exception of maybe one, they're all like taking digital art and trying to do, use traditional markers and color pencils, graphite, and I'm really proud because, I mean, of myself for actually keeping like a study portfolio, basically, for myself. And this was October 20th, 2021. So yeah, so it's been over a year that I've, been doing studies. See, Chris Metzner is freaking awesome. Rhino Tuna. These guys really got me started. I'm like, I just want to draw because I really want to draw because it's fun. It makes me happy. So, yeah, this is like the beginning. This is November 14th, 2021. And then I was like, oh, wait, copying this was like, oh, I can actually make something look, I can actually make something look 3D, very rendered. This is Colette Turner, Faye Valentine, the great Omar Dogan, yeah, so really proud that I'm actually trying to be consistent with this. And this is, I kick myself because I should have, done this since a decade ago. I should have kept I should have done this, but you know, best time to start plant a tree is 20 years ago and also today. So I mean, yeah. Derek Loftman, freaking awesome. Yeah, so Art Germ. Yeah, so I mean, I'm really hoping, you know, like I do enough of these studies and I'll be able to do what all my favorite artists are doing, hopefully. And all these are on Instagram, so I also, a lot of these have, you know, the original artists, you know, because I tagged them and they see it and they really react to it, and it means the absolute. I mean, it means so much to me that the original artists actually look at it and like it. Mirka Andolfo liked, and see, I write it down, liked and commented 3 hearts. But yeah, I write down, it means a lot. Like Davo Eximi, I don't know how to really say it, but liked and commented, thanks. Like, that means so much to me that these artists see and what I'm doing. And I actually talked to Justin Chan on live stream, and he said he's seen it, and it's like, oh my goodness. I feel like, I mean, drawing is like a passion, so you know, with any passion you want to be able to do it all the time and maybe perhaps make a living one day. And it feels like I'm like trying to grasp it. This is my first grasping of that dream, and yeah. Put this back over here. Put this back. All right. Yeah, this took me quite a while to get to, like several hours. Let's see. So here's like I use like a red pencil, and then I lightly did lead mechanical pencil, and then I was like, all right, why don't I try to mimic okay. My setup is really bad, but oh well. Maybe I can get closer. Can I get closer? Let me try to see if I can. Got this big metal plate that I use as a tilted canvas. I'm trying to make it work. Let's see. Okay, so I guess I can do the so I was like, all right, neutral gray. This is neutral gray N2. So trying to do that as the first layer. I mean, you can't go too dark, but you can also always darken. So obviously I believe most of, this is, also digitally made. To be able to like pinch zoom, but I was like, oh, I need to invest in digital tools. If I can learn all that I need to learn, then that's the most important thing. It's not like, yeah, it'll make a lot of things a lot easier, but the advice is generally like, you don't need any special tool. They help, and obviously like Copics and stuff really helps. But the number one thing is like, if you have to learn the techniques, and the traditional techniques, they translate, because, well, these digital drawing softwares were developed to mimic traditional. So let's see. There's so much here, like, I don't really know why it works, so I'm like, let me just copy. Let me just follow along, basically, and see what I can get. Let's see. Okay. So I guess I got the base shading, or like the most minimal shading. And this is Coterie Inc.'s Electabuzz. It's on his Facebook account. It's one of the fan arts he did. Let's see. There's like a lot of stuff that, I really don't know. I can darken. I'm thinking like I can darken. I can darken certain areas and highlights. Let's just add a white ink. Cheeky highlights. There's highlights here. Highlights here and here. Highlight up here. They don't really show up that well because, well, I guess the contrast between the two is not that different. So there's some. I kept the obvious, or made the line work keep the darkest black lines that I have to put in there. I guess there's some other little grayish. I don't have super fine gray Copic. So, graphite on top. And there are a lot of like hatch marks, so I don't know if if I can just add the hatch marks. And there's one of the good things is like there's lightning effects going around. Maybe I need to get a yellow paint marker to like put the electricity on top of everything. But does this work? Let me see. Okay, but also, it's really subtle because there's so much blending going on. Like it's almost like pink, golden yellow, and grays. The tiger stripes. Let's see, how dark should I make the tiger stripes? Because if I just make it with just straight black, like a fine liner, I'm pretty sure they will be too dark. So,